Hey guys, back to the doghouse today. Today I'm going to do something a little different again. I'm going to make a vise for my drill press. I've got a couple little vices, but I need something a little bit bigger. So here's what I'm going to do. I got this vise grip type of vise to hold stuff down. It works not bad. And I got this vise here, little 3-inch vise. Then I got this little one here. But I want to make one that's going to be the same size as my table here. Like, it's a half decent drill press, but it just doesn't have the clapping ability. So I'm going through all my odds and sods of different metals to try to come up with something. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to come up with. There, so out of my collection of metal, I've come up with this chunk of C-channel here. It's about a foot long. I might cut it down a wee bit. I got some angle bracket, or angle iron I should say. I got a couple pieces of that. I got a bigger piece of C-channel I'm going to use for my jaws. And I got a long bolt. And I got some threaded rod. I don't know if I'm going to use a threaded rod or I can get it with a long bolt. It's a 5/16 bolt or 9/16. I just forget which one or the other. Anyway, it's a fairly heavy bolt, and I want to cut it up and see if I can make myself a vise. So hang around, guys. We'll see what I can make. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I want to clean it all up first. It's all rusty, and it's not easy to clean up now with the big piece opposed to a small piece. So I'm just going to grind off all the rust and the lumps and bumps. Yeah, I got most of my materials gathered up here, what I want to use. Got these two pieces of C-channel. I'm going to use that as my vise. I still want to cut it down on an angle down here and down here, just to make it look a little bit better. And I got these two pieces. These two pieces go underneath. I got my threaded rod. That's going to go underneath as well. I just got all the pieces cut up, cleaned up, this sort of stuff. And then the next step is cutting the slot in here and put the rod in, welding these here together, and get her done. But that's going to be the next step. Stay tuned, see what happens. One half of my jaw, and I'm going to cut this from here and the other half of my jaw. There. Now I got to make a slot in here. I have to weld the back stop on here, the back part of the vise. Make sure that's square. If it's on an angle, it's not going to be very good. So just make sure that's square. Got my other jaw here. So I just have to weld this jaw onto this part here. So I'll just turn it over. Put that down there. Jack it on. Got a welded end on here for my crank. There, now I got to drill a hole in the end here for my drawbar. This here to go through. Yeah, I got all my pieces ready. Here's my C channel. I cut a longer slot than I was going to have before, just so I could have a bigger space for putting in bigger pieces. I got this jaw welded on here. I got a plate welded on here with a hole big enough to hold my threaded rod. And I got another nut that goes on the other end here. There, now I got this here. This is the plate that I welded on. Welded on a couple of nuts here. That goes in the slot and that travels up and down the vise. That goes on the bottom. There's this here. A couple nuts welded on the plate, and then this here goes in the guide, the slot. I've only got one thread past here. That's all I need. And have that down in the slot. So there's my little piece here. My other jaw is going to get welded to it on the back side here. But for here, I'm going to weld these two nuts here. I'm going to weld them onto the rod, not onto the frame, just onto the rod. Now you got to leave. Don't tighten them up, otherwise you'll never turn it. So just have it just a little bit of play here. Now I'm getting a lot of smoke because this here is galvanized. Plus I'm using flux core. Flux core is dirty. And now when I turn this here spins, and you can see this here moves. This here is moving down. So I just have to put a T-handle on here someplace, which is good to go. So I'll just turn this over and I'll weld the jaw to the plate here. There, right up to there. Make sure that's clean. Make sure that's clean. Now I'm going to use my ground clamp as my clamp to hold it together. Now I'm going to do a little weld right in here. That'll hold my jaw. There we go. There we go. Now you notice that this here is backwards because it's right-hand thread rod. If you want to, because I'm turning it this way here, normally that's tightening it, but I'm doing it this here to loosen it. If you want it to work the other way, you got to get a left-hand thread. So now I'm going to cut this here off and put a T-bar on here. Okay, today's the last day on the vise. I should get it all wrapped up, then I can put it to use. But here's what I got. I cut this threaded rod off. Now I've got to put a T-handle on it. I found this nail, this finishing nail. Yeah, that's what we use here in Canada for finishing nails. You usually see our framing nails. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to use this here as my handle. Of course, I don't need it that long. So I'll cut it off. I'll put it inside this pipe here. I've cut off a small piece here off that pipe. I'm just going to weld it on here, like so, and then put my nail through there. Okay, I'm just going to weld that through here, put that through there, then I'm going to put this little washer here. I don't need it that long, so I'll just cut it off here, weld this washer on there, and then weld this onto here. That'll be my handle. Maybe I'll put it a little bit longer. Yeah. We'll try it there anyway. There. Now just weld that on there, and there we go. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. There. And I didn't want it I didn't want this here solid on here, because I want to be able to get it out of my road. You know, get this out of my road. Like if I welded this here straight onto the threaded rod, it'd be maybe stuck in my road. Might be stuck up like that or whatever. But I like to have it going down. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Just put a little bit of grease on my bolt here. That's it. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld a couple tabs on here so I can clamp that down to my table. Well guys, that was a nice little project. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I like the comments. And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully next week, Keith and I'll be over here working on the Buick. I've been really dragging my ass on this here. I kind of lost momentum when I took the summer off. I got to get the drive to get back on the car and start ripping and tearing and banging the clang and running into troubles. So anyway, till next time, peace. Bye now.